news the other day.
Pardon?
There was a report about. I said in the news the other day here in England. There was a report about a magic tractor.
What did the magic
drove up the street? It drove up the street and turned into a field.
You've told me that one before.
You what?
You've told me that one before.
It's my favourite joke of all time. It's good, clean fun. Good, clean fun.
Hello and welcome to Ink in the Eyes, episode Man Eater. Today...
Stop.
Oh, God. I've been shushed by another man.
Come here and shush by me. I am the man that shushes.
Hello and welcome to Ink in the Eyes, episode Man Eater. Today, a 37-year-old man will be telling us why comics should not be written about young women and feminism.
That's
Charles,
true.
over
That's
to
what
you.
I'm going to do. Imagine if that is my... You've painted me into a corner now. So you...
See how you get out.
So I picked up this comment from the library too. Because
Why? Did you actually think it was about cats? Because you texted me,
slightly.
and this is not going to paint you in a better light. This comic isn't about cats, it's about smelly girls. And I was at work and
I
thought
didn't.
that was very funny.
No, because I did read the back.
Okay, that's...
And it does say.
Okay.
See,
With
I'm
a
not
title
just awful.
like
But
Man Eater.
if it was about cats, it would be better because cats are better than people.
To be fair, it is about girls turning into cats, which is cool.
This is, for those of you who don't know, it's a comic by Chelsea Cain, and the premise of it is when girls get their first period, the parasitic mutation called toxoplasmosis X or toxoplasmosis 10, I assume it's X, causes a mutation that turns them into giant killer cats. That's the logline from Image Comics. That's my cat impression. That's panther impression. 10 out of
Do you
10
wish you
work.
could turn
Stage
into a
work.
cat?
Yeah. I don't know whether I'd turn back.
Okay.
I think I'd just be like, well, this
You'd be a panther in
this
just the streets of Manchester.
demonstrably better. Like, I'm faster, quicker, smarter, don't have to pay taxes. This is fantastic. I'll just stay like this, thanks.
You'd
Yeah.
be caught and put in a zoo, though.
I could be caught and put in a zoo. Or I'd be a domestic cat.
See, I was thinking panther. And they wouldn't just let you
See,
on
if
the
I
streets.
was a panther, you might get poached. But
So are these
still
girls
probably
turning
better
into
than this.
domestic cats, or are they turning into panthers?
No, they're turned into giant panthers.
Excellent.
You have read this comic, have you not?
No. So Image Comics, if you go on their webpage, the first issue
Yes.
is free. And
Yes.
which I think is probably just the first chapter of the first volume, yes?
I see. I would guess so. Yeah.
I can say where it ends, and then you could say
Yeah,
yes.
go on.
Where you see she got her first period.
Yeah. That's the first.
So it's very much just the setup.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how I felt about it.
Go on to talk about it.
You really liked the first episode, right?
I'll tell you my thoughts. You
Oh,
can't.
my
You tell me yours
God.
first.
So
Come on, as you slated me for being a man, telling you about I want the woman's perspective.
it just felt a bit too on the nose and stereotypical. And even like you had all the girls that were lined up and handcuffed. They were all wearing like ultra feministic shirts. And I know this is YA, and I know it's written by a woman, which I do think are two things that make it better. I don't want to say like you can't have a man
Yeah.
writing about being a teenage girl getting her period, but it is a different tone coming from a woman versus a man. And But I think it might have been more impactful if it wasn't almost a caricature of feminism. Because, like, the premise is cool, but, like, all of the girls are so, like I went to the Women's March. We had the hats, but it's not like it's my everyday life, my constant thought. Yeah. And so I did, like, it was just the first chapter, so I didn't know if it was gonna get more or less. And so I don't know if they kind of lean into the kind of insanity of, I think, caricature of feminism is.
I put in my notes that it was interesting to hear that because I, obviously, as you said, I'm a 37-year-old man, so like I'm not the reader, I'm not the audience of this, but I did find it, even for YA, it is quite patronizing.
Patronizing is a good word. It did feel.
I thought like it was a bit like, because there's one bit, I can't find it now, but there's one quote in it, and they're like, girls are talking in the bathroom, and like they're talking about like Nietzsche and Kafka, and it was like, why can't we talk about things that girls like space and science? And I was like, you don't have to be so obvious. Some girls like these stuff, some guys like
Yeah.
bollocks. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be like, women talk only about this. It's like, we get it, women are intelligent. Like,
yes, I like space,
you know what I mean?
And
It was
science.
quite like,
I'm not talking about it in the bathroom.
yeah, that's the thing. It's just, yeah, it was a bit.
I was talking about space once, and someone told me, Allie, no one cares. That made me really sad.
Oh,
it was another
sad for them that they didn't care about space.
That's right, actually. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, what fucking loser doesn't like space? Like, even if you don't know anything about it, space is cool.
Agree.
Yeah. No, I think they were trying to put you down, but failed.
To space.
Or what should?
The women cats.
All the women cats. Any reason? Then we'd have no more cats.
Or women.
Oh, women and cats should
the
go
women.
to space.
Well, yeah, no, because if we live in this comic world, all the women felines are cats.
I see. That's the premise. Okay. You're right. So the second thing that I wrote, and basically off the back of what you've just said, is one, I found it kind of patronizing, and two, this is going to sound insulting, but hear me out. She didn't believe in her own premise. Like, she had an amazing concept and a metaphor of like these young girls turn into panthers when they hit the first period. You could play with that so much more than being like there's one bit who's like, the men in this are rock dog, like hilariously so. And there's one bit where like in the fourth issue where he's like, you mean I'm part of, I'll try and find it. I'll never find it. But it's like, do you mean I'm a part, you're saying my entire life and experience as a white male has been indoctrinated and supporting an entrenched, deeply problematic patriarchy? And I was like,
that's so much.
There's no subtlety in your language.
Okay, that's the subtlety. Yeah, there was no subtle. Like, it is a really cool premise, but then reading it, it just felt more like it was supporting the idea that all women are super moody on their periods and kind of playing into like it wasn't satire enough for me.
No, it's kind of in between the two. It's like she wasn't funny enough to be satirical, and she wasn't like metaphorical enough to be like poignant. It's like I've got a few of the other, like, we'll talk about it later, but like now actually, but I've got like the comparisons and the placement within literature of like other people who've done something similar, like Bloody Chamber from Angela Carter was the first one. The film Red I wrote down, where she turns into a panda. Cat people, but that's more to do with sexuality. So, and a little bit Carrie. Do you know what I mean? That's more of like a satire as well. It's a horror, but it has a satirical vibe of being like she gets a period in the first frame. She goes on a murderous then she's on her like telekinesis, kind of goes on a murderous rampage afterwards. So there's a bit of Carrie in there.
Okay,
but she didn't lean into either one. Like, it's a good point. She's like balanced between the two of like, should I just make this hilariously satirical or a metaphorical, like meaning, poignant thing? So,
With that
so I'm
being
saying
said,
like, go on.
I think it's good it's a topic discussed. Because I think as a kid, I was definitely not.
Well, this is another thing that's
timid.
very funny. But I grew up as a nurse, as a mum, so like everything was fair game. She just talked about all sorts of shit. Like, so we
think
did hear
mom
about
was too.
menstruation, things like that.
My mom said, we didn't get our ears pierced until we got our first period. Because my mom was like, I want you to tell me when it happens. And so when you do, and she's like, this is your celebration into womanhood.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
It was nice.
This is very funny because actually you'd be able to do it because she's got it. She like the dad in this again, all males, painfully stupid throughout this entire comic. Like,
see that
hilariously
like,
so.
Okay.
It's quite funny to a funny extent. They're
Okay.
all like, "What's going on?
Okay.
What day is it?" Because they are caricatures of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's one part where the dad of a girl can't say the word menstruation. Or she's beginning to menstruate about her daughter. And I was like, you can't have had a wife and a child and not have
Never
dealt
been
with
aware of
period blood. Like,
I don't know.
literally have, like,
I
dealt with
think
it.
there are some, the red tent. They just got rid of the women.
True.
I think we should bring that back. I think I should get a free vacation every month.
Yeah.
Have you seen Metro Take?
I did say that to my old boss because like people were
you?
getting sick with like period pains and they were like, "Oh, this is unfair. And I was like, "Why don't we just have one extra day holiday for everybody once a month?"
Well, that's the thing.
Like you guys have it for period pains, we could just so that it feels equal, even though it's not. Just be like, "Fuck it, one more day off for everybody." Like you can have a period pains, we just have it for I don't know, watching Andrew Tate videos.
Being hungover.
Being hungover. We're all going to be using it as being hungover. Let's be honest. You just have a period, and we won't. Like, it's an extra day. Like
no. On Metro Take, there was a girl who said that women should get 2 days off a month for period pains. My argument is, at least in this country, women still get paid a lot less on average, and so make that illegal, or give us extra days off. That's my demands.
Yeah, I just think 2 days. Yeah.
Of the American government.
Because like it's so painful, as you well know. It's so painful that you're kind of useless anyway. So like, I was a hairdresser for 20 years. No, but I was a hairdresser for 20 years. You're asking somebody with like severe like pain to stand on their feet for 10 hours a day and do 12 plus clients. Like that is impossible. Like, I'm not saying you're useless. Like it equates to a hangover. Like you are useless when you're hungry. Like you can do it, but you're not firing on all cylinders. So like it's bad. Even if you just look at the economic principle, which I'm sure people are going to say like the red wall kind of vibe, the Trumpites will be like, no, economically it doesn't make sense. Of course it does.
I agree.
Yeah. If I become a boss, that's my one. So this is made by Chelsea Cain. She's from Iowa. She's written multiple other things, thrillers mainly. Heartsick, Sweetheart, and Evil Heart are three of her main ones, so they're all heart related. No. She wrote in 2015 Mockingbird for Marvel, where she wrote Bobby Morse, who is Agent 19 in the S.H.I.E.L.D. agency.
This is when I stopped following Marvel because I was losing the plot.
Yeah, so they went through. This was during their all new or something era of 2015. And then in 2018, then they did Marvel Legacy because no one was buying their comics because it was rubbish. But I don't think this wasn't rubbish. Apparently, it was quite heralded. It takes on Bobby Morse. Did get a bit of it was feminist, obviously. Did get a misogynistic backlash. Lasted 8 episodes, and then it got canned because of poor sales. But I think that was more to do with
people were getting tired of Marvel.
The direction. Yeah, I think that was the direction in 2015 of where Marvel were, and then they kind of
that was around when I stopped reading the comics. I think not that I was ever a huge Marvel comic person, but that was around the time when I stopped.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense.
This
It is illustrated by go on.
Hers sounds like this one sounds interesting.
The Mockingbird one.
Yes, let me look up Mockingbird. It sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it was I think it was quite a big one. I haven't read it, but I'm going to check if my library has it. Maybe we can do that one as well. So it's the same illustrator, writer team. Kate,
the illustrator who did Mockingbird
did Mockingbird as well.
Maneater?
Is the illustrator of Maneaters as well. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Actually, that makes sense because Maneater looked kind of comic book.
All of the Maneaters, but yeah, she did the.
So, are they given medication for the toxoplasmosis?
So we're gonna we're gonna get into that. So yes, so
is it just
government
birth control?
The government decide to.
Oh, I know this one.
Go on.
They put estrogen in the water.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of that.
So they put massive amounts of estrogen in the water.
That's insane.
And then the boys don't do it. Now
the boys just don't drink water.
And the boys drink.
You know what? If
water.
they have to buy bottled water, we have to buy.
I think they get it for free.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. So
going over to Europe, my mom's always like, pads are so much cheaper here. Like, that's insane.
What?
Like, tampons and pads are so expensive.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if you used to pay tax on them. I'm not sure if you do. There was a big thing of
us? Yeah, I think you still do.
No, we did. Well, I didn't, but in Britain they did. They did, and then I think they reversed that because they were seen as luxury. They were put originally under luxury goods. And then now I think they're commodity, like a normal, same as you don't pay tax on like.
You can also get them for staples. Like £1 or £2. Here they're like $10. Yeah.
Fucking hell! The big one I know that baby formula here is obviously way cheaper. Baby formula in the US is
there was a shortage of baby formula, I think, during
I've
never had to pay attention really.
No, the only reason why I know is my sister-in-law is a dietitian, and she was saying that like apparently there's like 2 or 3 companies in the whole of the US that do baby formula, and like one of them went under and one of them was in shortage, and so like there was just no baby formula in the country. Like there was one company basically was like, fuck, now we need to do it all.
That seems like a lot of the US.
Yeah, the oligopoly.
Back to toxic cats, please.
Back to toxic cats. So the government clamps down, putting more estrogen in the water. Obviously, because I'm #feminist, we know that wouldn't work because pure estrogen would thicken the lining of the womb. And
I was gonna say, I think even in like
make irregular and bleeding. Yes.
Yeah. In birth control, it's not just like estrogen pills.
Yeah. You need
and for every person, it's different.
Progesterone, which is in HRT, basically HRT. So, menstruating is illegal in the comic.
That's funny. So that's good.
It is very funny.
That's really funny. And also, like,
there's some good points where you're like, oh, this is really good, and then just I don't know whether. But actually, we're going to get into the second and third one and why I think they're terrible. And I don't think it's Chelsea Cain's fault.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. So
the publisher ruined her life?
Something ruined her life. We're going to go to the characters dead quickly. I'm going to leave you on tenterhooks there. Main character is Maud. She's a 12-year-old protagonist. Lives with her single father, who is a homicide detective. I don't know how, because as I've aforementioned, he is thick as mince. It's absolutely baloobish stupid.
What does he do?
He's just, and just like a character, and you're like, oh, nothing really. He's just wet. He's a bit wet as well. Afraid she might transform into a killer cat.
Does she?
I'm not telling you. That's spoilers. She
Can
starts
you
drinking.
text
This
it
is
to
a
me?
spoiler though. Yeah, I'll text it to you. She starts drinking the water for boys. So see that as you will.
Because in the description it says, "Is it her?" Dun, dun, dun. And she's illegally menstruating in the first issue.
Yeah. And the first issue, which you can get for free.
12-year-old criminal.
12-year-old criminal should be locked up. Notes for the father. I do, as I've already said it, I've supported but awkward parent, is rock dumb, can't say the word menstruate. It's very funny. Because like he says it, he's like, and then his wife has to say it, and the wife and him are split up. But
Wait, when I was looking this up, no, I'll let you. This is not relevant. Continue.
Her mum is.
Does she live with her dad?
Too much away about the mum. No, she doesn't live with her dad. They're split up. Which
the mom is the killer cat. Why does it rile you? Continue, please.
Episode 4.
They get back together.
The mum and dad. Oh yeah, you knew it.
That was what I saw in the reviews. People were like, they got together, but it doesn't make any sense.
Fuck you. Okay. Yeah. I find it such a, for such a progressive author, it's very Christian white. Do you know what I mean? It's like family morals, like the mum and dad have to be, the child will be happy if the mum and dad stay together. And I can tell you from personal experience that is absolutely not the case. So yeah, it's like, yeah, you don't, it's fine if your parents break up. It's fine. It's not fine, but you know what I mean? Like, they've broken up. They don't have to be back together.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
We're going to get on the fourth one because that's a very different story. The fourth one is a bit of a one shot and it's on its own. But we're going to do 1, 2, 3 here because there's a reason why. There's also the government agency, which is SCAT, which I thought was very funny because SCAT is
poop.
Is what?
I was just saying scat. Skiddly bop.
It is a term of singing, but it is also poop. And so I was like, oh,
could
that be the reason? Probably not.
That was in the first issue, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together until you just said it. And I was like, oh, that is funny.
Yeah. It could also just be S-cat, because, cats.
I think I might have been reading it S-cat, but scat makes more sense.
Yeah. So the themes are obviously, it's just anti-puberty, anti-hatred of society.
Anti-beauty?
Anti-puberty. The society's hatred on puberty and on
there is
women,
a lot of hatred on.
Combined. Yeah. But the reason why, when I read this, I was like, this isn't very good. The third one, I was like, I must say it's not very good.
So you liked the first one?
First one was all right. I was like, oh, this makes sense. Yeah. But I was like hoping she was going to run with the premise of like the toxoplasmosis and the cats, the panthers.
Was there enough cats in it?
No, there wasn't enough cats in it.
So I was going to say, this is an interesting, I mean, even with it having a lot of cats in it, it's still an interesting book for you to choose. For your own taste. You were like, cats, I'm in.
I just went cats. I walked into the library, picked up a couple of books, Seamus Heaney, and then was like, cats, that'll do.
As represented by... Oh, yeah. I thought about, you said to me,
cat.
You don't think cats should be prisoners. And so I said to our dog, he is not a prisoner and he's allowed to leave. My mom overheard this and said, he doesn't, I don't think he wants to. You can open the front door and see if he goes. And so I opened the front door and said, Bennett, you want out? He was not pleased. He was like, there's no leash on me. I will not take any steps forward. No.
Oh, wow.
I did it because I knew, like, we've had the door open, and, like, when my mom gets the mail, but no, this dog does not want to leave. He is very much, he has escaped, and he immediately comes right back.
And he's like, nah, this is shit out here.
He's like, no, I don't want to be
I get my food in the bowl. Why would I be here? Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that some cats need to be indoors for health reasons, and my friend's cat has lost a sense of smell, so he would never be able to come home if he did leave the house. However, to get a cat in my flat, I just don't think it's fair enough. Like, I think that they are quasi-wild animals. My original point, though, is that this was... First one comes out in 2018, but the second and third one come out in 2020, 2019, 2020, which obviously is COVID's hit. So as those of you who've watched The Falcon and something else on The Winter Wolf and the Falcon, which is the Marvel one, they had to very quickly change the storyline. Even though it was made, they had to edit out the storyline because it had a disease that ridded half the world. Somebody put out these ridded out half the world. I believe that she was pulled back on her idea that people were infected on toxoplasmosis because people were being infected by COVID. So they were like, oh, we can't have a disease. Like, I just think Marvel would have just gone, or Marvel, Image, all of them would have blanketed and just gone, no discussion on infection, basically on disease. Because like the third one, I was like, this feels really rushed. There's like 3 Deus Ex Machinas. It doesn't really make any sense. It's kind of all over. And then I was like, oh, okay. When I looked at the publication date, I was like, oh, that makes sense now, is that she probably had to rewrite like good chunks of her own story and was like, shit, this is hard. So I'd give her a bit more of a like leeway and was like,
because that is the interesting part of it. With that being said, I still don't like reading things about infection, so I kind of like... I get where the publisher's coming from, but it's a shame for this because it does sound like that was the most interesting part of the story. If she was light in the first episode with the turning into cats, presumably there's a big reveal at the end of that, and so in the next one, it was probably the plan. This is all speculation, but I would imagine...
This is all speculation,
if I were writing it, you'd go more into that in the next couple.
Yeah, very much so, because then it just kind of the steers second and third one. There's like third one. There's no mention of toxoplasmosis. It's all put down to some random guy. It's like so it's very much so. It's very obvious now you think about it, like that. There's no.
Aw, that's a shame, actually.
It is a bit of a shame, actually, because I think that because I was wondering, as we discussed before when we were doing this episode, I was like, she's lost the premise. And then I was like, oh, she's probably been told to like, you need to rewrite this in 6 weeks. Go. And her and the illustrator are like, fuck! Like, yeah, totally. And it's historical placement. It's very much because everything has its own placement in history when you're discussing literature. 2018 when it comes out, but 2017 is when it's written, I assume, because it takes a year or 2 years. So you've got the Trump election, you've got Stormy Daniels, you've got family separation. This ends in 18, but would still be going at the time of writing and illustrating. You've got, Brett Kavanaugh's sexual assault is 2018 or 17, I think 18, I think. 2017 is the start of the Me Too movement. So you have the historical placement makes a lot more sense of why this was such a poignant. I mean, it starts off as the best series, nominated for best series from the Eisner nominee. And like I say, the first one, I know it's, even though it's not for me, it is a good read. And there's loads of one of the good things about it is like, the best thing about it probably is there's lots of, if you're watching the video, there's video on it here, but there's lots of like false adverts for like Estro Boy and it's like estrogen free things. And I remember, not that I obviously am a key member of, but the losers over at the Manosphere, I think around the time,
Wait.
this was around the time of like Soy Boys. Do you remember that?
No.
So there was the vibe that like eating too much soy was giving people, or like tofu was putting too much estrogen in people and
Is there a
turning
lot
on
of
men into
estrogen
women.
in soy?
I think it's like trace amounts. I think you would. I think you probably. I think it's something like you die before you even got close to.
Because apparently in Japan, during menopause, women don't really get hot flashes, and they think it's because of all the soy they eat.
Oh, there you go. Maybe, but there's no. I don't know whether there's any. From what I've read.
Oh, I don't think
briefly,
eating a
I'm
lot
not
of soy
scientist,
is going to turn a man
but
into
it
a
doesn't
woman.
change it. It doesn't change it. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's
It doesn't change it.
nonsense.
That's yeah.
I'd like
But
to
I remember
preface.
that was. I feel like that was around that time that like estrogen was seen as like, because of there was a big thing about anti-birth control because it was pumping water into it. There's a big thing about plastics because they were pumping estrogen into it. There's a big thing about soy. Because
I'm
they were
anti-plastic,
pumping into it.
but not because of the estrogen.
Not because of estrogen. It's more
Because of the microplastics in my brain.
Because of the microplastics in your brain, and there's a massive rubbish pile the size of almost the size of the US now in the Gaia, where the currents converge. Well done, you humans. Well done, us. However, I have given her a lot of rope and said that actually it's a very good thing and you should read it. But there is a one shot, which is Man-Eater's Cursed.
This was her trying to being redeemed?
No, the opposite. I think that this was somebody said, "Would you like some money?" And she published this because it's not very good. So it kind of piggybacks off the idea of women being witches and a camp.
That's a trend.
But this is a Mary. This is a Mary Sue, if ever there was one. I think.
Explain what a Mary Sue is for all those unfamiliar.
It's when you. I think the male equivalent is a Gary Sue, although I've not heard that phrase.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that phrase before. But it's a self-insertion, but it's not just a self-insertion, which is normal within fiction. It's a self-insertion where the character has no flaws. There's a very famous Irish author who does this possibly a lot. Who knows? Who knows? If she does it all the time. Not me. I'm just a normal person, you could say.
ChatGPT disagreed. But ChatGPT doesn't have a podcast.
Yeah. No, I actually Googled, like, was she a Mary Sue? And somebody was like, no, because her characters have anxiety. And I was like, that's not a character flaw.
Okay, that's what you said.
Yeah. That's not a character flaw. Like,
yeah, I remember
that still
this.
counts
Right?
as a Mary Sue. Like, yeah. Just you having anxiety is not enough. So yeah, this one's very strange because it's kind of centered around the dialogue isn't as good, and she's a very good writer because she's won so many awards and she's run so many thrillers.
So you judge people based on their award-winning abilities?
True. No, I didn't like it. Can I just say that? We don't want to be a shit-talking podcast. I want to see the positive things.
You said you wanted to be a shit-talking podcast.
I probably have said that. But I don't want to...
You said we've been too nice.
Somebody's art. Yeah, she just wins all the camp awards for no reason. Like, you're the best. Here's a camp award.
Oh, the character.
The character does. And
see, that seemed a little funny. And... what a kid would like.
The guy's always wearing a football helmet. I'm not sure why.
So what's the conflict in the final one if the cats are gone?
It's to do with that's the thing. There isn't really one. All the campers go, and then it's magic, but then there's frogs, and it just basically
This
doesn't make
is
sense.
so. What is like the blurb on the back say?
Maud, now age 15, returns to her childhood summer camp to find the dark forces lurking in the woods. Man-Eaters, the Cursed, reunites the original Eisner-nominated Man-Eaters creative team. Artist, Lila Metanique, definitely pronounced that wrong. Kate Niemczyk, colorist, Rachel Rosenberg, Joe Kamanga, and the amazing cast of other contributors. So there's a big team of people that work on this. It's not just her. All led by New York Times bestselling thriller writer Chelsea Cain. See, you can't feel too sorry for her. She's just New York Times bestseller. Like, yeah, I can.
I would say she's probably a good writer.
Yeah, this thing I won't read her other stuff because I've got too many things on the reading pile. But like, I bet her other stuff is good.
Are you thinking another woman? No, thank you. We'll not add them to the TBR.
No, thank you. I'm going to go back to Ted Hughes and all the other toxic men throughout history.
I don't know who Ted Hughes is, but
it's probably for the best. He's the person who definitely wasn't involved in Sarah Plath's suicide, even though his ex-wife before Sylvia Plath, not Sarah Plath.
Oh, I do know who Ted Hughes is.
And then he burnt her diaries, so he definitely
was a bad dude.
You know. Oh yeah.
That's really
He's a bad guy. He's a bad man, but he was a good poet. But he's a bad man, real bad man.
Don't read his
Tale
poetry.
of Adolescence. What?
Don't read his poetry.
No.
Who's the poet you got from the library?
Seamus Heaney. He's an Irish poet. An Irish poet. I was going to say I was going to go and get the book, but he is
good
somewhere else. I don't know whether he's a goodie, but he's a good poet.
Okay, you may continue about man-eaters.
Chelsea Cain for another tale of adolescence, feminist dare-doing, and supernatural hijinks. Smart, laugh-out-loud funny, provocative, referential, scary, compulsively readable, and chock full of collectible...
So is she battling dark forces in the woods? And what are the dark forces?
Bonus patriarchy reparations pack.
I don't like that.
So they are quite funny.
The
compensation for compensation for like emotional distress, and it's all like cut
what
out.
What is it?
So you get like a podiatry voucher and stuff like that. Can you see that? Is that
not really?
The
in? Light is washing it out.
I see.
Sorry.
They're vouchers, basically.
I saw couples therapy.
So, couples therapy for emotional distress, pain and suffering, faults in
pain and suffering.
Lost wages.
Pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering.
Isn't
death.
Therapy always for suffering?
I've always gone when I'm suffering.
Is this...
I guess so.
In regards to the patriarchy? The cutout in the book? Or is it just normal?
Yes, therapy? I thought you meant my therapy then. I was going to ask you I was like, that's quite a personal question to be sharing, but fuck it, we're here, let's go.
No, I meant in the book. Oh my goodness.
I'm assuming this was when you've been awarded £800 and it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg here as well. So I'm assuming, when did she die?
We should put her on money. Take off Andrew Jackson. Put her on the 20. Are those 20s?
What? They're 100s. What did Andrew Jackson do?
Ben Franklin. Andrew Jackson invaded South Carolina to keep them from seceding, which I think is kind of funny. But he also He did a lot of really heinous stuff, but I think the big one was he did a lot of marches for the Native Americans. And
For them?
killing a lot of them.
Oh, okay. He marched at them, not like marching for them like an ally.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah, he did. It's called the Indian Removal Act.
Okay.
And so it was forced
you
relocation.
Take him off your money.
Yeah. Trail of Tears. That's what I was thinking of. Where he forcibly relocated like 60,000 Native Americans, and like 6,000 of them died from exposure.
Ooh.
Oh, and the Supreme Court said that's unconstitutional, and he ignored them. He was also a slave owner.
So what good did he do in your why is he on your money?
I don't know. He used to duel people.
Again, that's not a reason to put him on your money.
Good things Andrew Jackson did.
Why is he on my money? They also shoehorn a trans person
in this, he eliminated the national debt. He's the only president to have fully paid off the national debt. He vetoed the renewal of the Second Bank of the United States, saying it was elite. I don't know much about that. Oh, yeah, and then, so he did actually put off the Civil War for a bit.
I was going to say, he famously didn't.
Did the Civil War start under him? Me asking a non-American.
I don't know. And my knowledge is limited on the Civil War. I read a really good book.
Okay,
yeah. It was very good.
So you said he famously didn't, and that confused me. So the Civil War began under Abraham Lincoln.
I was going to say, it's Lincoln, no?
But it probably would have, because South Carolina was nullifying federal taxes, and so he said no and sent the army to them, which I would say is questionable, sending the army against your own people. However, it did keep, at least in school, we were told. I don't know how accurate this was, actually. But it put off the Civil War for a couple more years.
Interesting. So was the Civil War always like destined to happen?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think like kind of like now. Just tensions had risen so much, and racism and just economic disparities.
Yeah.
That I don't think people were ever going to see eye to eye.
Yeah. That's fair. Interesting. Yeah, I read a really good book. I can't remember the title, about the Civil War. It was fascinating. Probably well historically inaccurate, but it was interesting at least.
Oh, so it wasn't a history book. It was just taking place.
It was historical fiction.
Okay. Yeah, I had a teacher who loved the Civil War period, and I know people get really into it with reenactments and searching for artifacts. In school, I always found it the most boring history period, but probably because looking back...
It was incredibly brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really brutal. It took forever, and it's obviously slavery is bad.
Yeah. The art style of this is good. Cartoonish, bright colours. The fake ads, like I say, the fake ads are the most interesting part of it. Like, they are quite good. They're quite well thought out. They're like testosterone stuff for boys. It's like estrogen for estrogen. I'm saying estrogen because I've been talking to you. Estrogen-free stuff.
I wondered if that was... I was like, it has to be estrogen in British, but you keep saying estrogen.
Estrogen is because I like my accent molds into yours sometimes.
You're morphing into American?
Yeah. I said an American thing. What was I saying at Christmas? I was called. I don't even know why, because we you don't say it. We don't talk about it often. But I was like, "Oh, can you pass me the pickles?" And my brother was like, "Can I pass you what?" And I was like, "Pass me the pickles." And it took me a minute to be like, "What?" what's the problem? Just pass me the fucking jar. And he was like, I'm not passing you I'm not passing you the gherkins. And I was like, oh shit, gherkins, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I was like, oh my god, I've been hanging around with Ali too much.
I don't really talk about pickles that often.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, why have I just picked that one up? Like, out of all the things that you say that are like
funny. You know, weirdly, gherkin is one that it's probably because I just never said it. Like, there are some things now, like anytime I say pants, in my head I go trousers or pants or like apartment or flat. But yeah, gherkin was never one I really said. And weirdly, like mince meat instead of ground, because we call it like ground beef.
Say mince meat. Yeah.
And I don't know why that's one I couldn't snap out of, but I kept saying like to my mom, and she's like, "What do you mean?"
Ground
mince meat.
Minced meat.
Why are you laughing?
I just like your cards.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Moo?
Ground beef!
Okay.
What do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Wait, no, stop this, because this is how we're going to enter the episode. So cut that out and put it at the entrance to the next episode, because I enjoyed that.
But it's relevant to our conversation.
It is. I'll keep it.
I have a second one.
Cut the bit that I've set out.
What do you call?
Don't save it for? Oh, go on. Save it.
What do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Don't know.
Lean beef.
Ah, I love the act out as well. That was good.
The ground beef one, I've heard my whole life, but you don't call it ground beef, so a cultural joke for you. Your shirt right there looked like, do you remember that dress that people were like, it's blue and black? No, it's gold and white. Your sweatshirt looked very much like that argument when you were leaning in close.
I like that we're wearing our college tops. Me, a university top, but
I think college in this country is a scam. And that's my hot take.
It's my hot take. I'm quite a proponent of the Open University. I think it's a really good resort, a really good thing. Back in the 60s, we kind of had a few good ideas. That was one of them.
Would you rather have been alive in the 60s?
No, absolutely not.
They had indoor plumbing.
Now. Like,
why?
They had indoor plumbing, yeah. Why am I glad to be alive now and not in the 60s?
Yeah.
I just think medicine is better now. Cleanliness is better now. Housing is better now. Or for those of us that can, like, obviously there's problems with homelessness, but like, I think there's huge problems with homelessness then as well. So like, that will be my answer.
Have you seen the musical Hair?
No, I've seen Hairspray.
We watched it when I was in Basque, and there's a song about Aquarius, which my mom has sang my whole life because she's an Aquarius. And she says, we're the only zodiac who has a song. I had never heard of this movie, but it's about the Vietnam War. And the ending was not what I expected.
Is it sad?
Yes. And the ending of the musical is slightly different than the movie version. And we were having an intense discussion that I enjoyed. And the girl who's her favorite movie / musical, and she was like, wow, I've never actually had like a conversation analyzing film before. And I was like, you're welcome.
That's all you did. No.
Are you looking up the ending?
No, I'm looking if Pisces had a song for us.
Aww.
We don't.
What's your thoughts on zodiacs?
Well, okay, my theory, and I'm really proud of this one, because it's one of the times where you're like, oh, that's quite spot. Bollocks, but there is a logical reason why there's a difference between people born in the different times of the year. Okay. Now, this isn't me just picking things out of my arse. There's like is it the famous one, like most NHL players are born in, I think it's something like November or something like that, because they're the school year. It's something like this.
Oh,
They're basically the big guys in the school year when
yeah.
it comes to winter in that time. So like they're the biggest of the small kids at ice hockey time, and so they dominate, and so they're dominating. And
Yeah.
they stay within it. So the idea that you and I are born kind of into spring, and have this idea of like, oh, it's our birthday in March, like March, February. I think probably like lends us to an idea of like seeing spring a different way, and then we were
People
the
hate
middle of
February
our
though.
schooling year. Yeah, but you don't, I would assume. You probably have a better relationship with February than I do because you were born in it. And
And we should all celebrate
I
me all
believe
month.
the what month?
Oh, we should celebrate me all month.
Yeah, so I think that like I'd be me being middle of my school year would have had an effect on me being like born coming into spring. Do you know, like there's loads of things of like your birth month I can see having a major effect on you. Now, whether that's to do with stars or the sky or what have you, is I don't see any evidence of personally, but I understand that it is a way of framing stuff for people, so that makes sense. I don't think he can tell the future
You mean me as a Pisces or just horoscopes in general? Pisces are supposed to be very intuitive.
though. Yeah, we are.
Would you agree, or are you just, yeah?
I would say I was quite a textbook Pisces, if such a
Really?
thing does
Because
exist. Oh
on
yeah,
one, yeah.
dreamer, like a bit dramatic, bit like fancy, bit
Bit fancy.
creative, a bit kind of scats, a bit like yeah, it's
I think I was creative, but everywhere always says Pisces are overly emotional. And
I would say you're quite emotional.
overly?
No, not overly. Although your current reaction is saying opposite. You're fatalist sometimes.
That's not emotion. Why are you laughing?
I was just smiling. Uh, I'm smiling because when you get really mad at something I've said, you look at me and not the camera. So I can see that your face like moves this way whilst you're like angry eyes at me.
Well, I feel like it's creepy when I look in the camera, but that's like when you're filming and
Yeah. Mine is just.
I wasn't really angry. A fatalist is not strictly an emotion, rather a belief system, attitude, or mindset.
I love that you ChatGPT that.
I didn't. I Googled it.
I love that you Googled it then.
Because you didn't believe me. Because what is this episode about? Men hate women and do not accept their opinions.
I think that's another thing as well that, going back to the actual comic, is it starts off of like it's too broad. It's like men hating women, but it starts off with like this puberty and menstruation. Had she have maybe thought of like that and the plight of because being a teenager is shit, and being a teenage girl is like double shit. So you could make like an argument that like everybody hates a teenage girl, job done, and then kind of it goes back to the kind of be a bit more metaphorical with stuff. Whereas I think if you're just like down with the patriarchy, I think that's too big to tackle. Maybe I'm not sure. It's like the old thing of you get in writing classes where it's like if you want to write a book about World War II, you can't do it. It's impossible. A fiction, you have to like have a human story of like this is the boy in the striped pajamas, for example. Like you can show the atrocities by this particular person. So
You're
yes, I
welcome.
think. See, obviously, like this is about cats. Like, if you pick this up in a shop, don't make the same mistake I did. Although there is an amazing, I've shown you this one as well, but this is a great piece of graphic design. that is a cool thing. So yeah, the episode 1 is very good. But like I say, I think her hand was forced. So that's me. That's Man-Eaters.
Well done. I don't think I have
Well
any
done,
other
Chelsea
questions.
Cain.
Well done, Chelsea Cain. Thank you for listening to Ink in the Eyes, which
Thank
we
you for
will
listening,
end
everybody.
before we get any slander against women from Charles. Remember to subscribe and like and share with a cat lover near you. Thank you and good night.